Hi everyone. I'm Lakshmanan from South India. I'm not sure if I'm audible. I'm audible, right? It's kind of happy to be here with Amit ji, Ramesh ji. I mean, from seasoned people to up to Ramesh. I'm not sure about his experience yet. I'm saying like he got selected somewhere. It's nice, the student program. I'm saying like I started with macro media Dreamweaver days, and now I'm using VS Code. Like maybe 15, 16 years with PHP. So mostly I use PHP and open source stuff. I even tried a few things like Moodle, open journal systems and stuff. But now for work, I mostly focus on WordPress. Let me share my screen. My talk is almost like can call it like a supplement or a continuation of what Deepak shared. Picture in picture, I don't want that. Okay, let me move it. You guys can see my screen, not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
I want to close this small one. I don't know. It's keep
You
me
just
moving.
close. You close. It will not. Just close that. It will go.
Okay.
Everything is fine. Everything is okay.
Okay, fine. Okay, this also I used cloud for this one. Let me go here. Okay, I'm a WordPress developer, and so this talk is just a small preview. So Deepak used an approach, used mostly MCP. So you do not using API directly. You're using model context protocol. You're giving context to the cloud or any AI tool that you use. It's going to call the tools, and tools will call the abilities in WordPress, and you get the task done. In this approach, we have HTML. And for example, let's say you are like me, I'm a backend developer. I'm not designing anything by hand. So someone has to give me the HTML or Figma, and then from there I will design, or I will convert that into a WordPress theme. Now there's no Joomla, let's say Drupal theme. Of course, Joomla exists, but I don't use that often. So you can reverse engineer this. That's the beauty of creating it as a skill. So I'll share the links. Of course, we will share more other details as well. If you want to have any more questions, even after the talk, you can reach out to PHPCamp in the Twitter, or you can email us, or you can email me as well, or Amit G as well. So if you have any questions, we can discuss further. So this is more of removing the manual job into automating stuff. Of course, we all know developers love to automate, but if you do it manually, it could be just 10 minutes and you might end up automating for 3 hours. And now it's not just the time, it's we are burning tokens as well. So that's why go for something like what Deepak explained, like you can expect 70-80%, sometimes even 90%, depends on your prompts and depends on you how clear your plan is. So that way it's not going to waste your time. So we don't have to write anything by hand. You don't have to rebuild the theme.json with this skill. And uh, if you forget something, for example, if you feel like your site has a about page, your site has few templates, like contact page may have a different template. Maybe if you have, let's say portfolio pages may have a different template. So that way you might forget a template and then everything will load from index.html in the block themes. So I see our audience today is from diverse groups. Like you might not use WordPress every day, or you may not use this full site editing. So FSC stands for full site editing. You might be using Elementor, Divi, or other page builders as well. Of course, you can take a look at this skill and then you can reverse engineer it. You can. It's open source. It's not even my theme or my skill. It's from my one of my colleagues. He did a good job with this, so I thought of sharing it with you all. Okay, so we don't need to talk about what is a skill. It's just reusable, kind of help you structure your prompts and help you get tasks done faster. Well, why not? Why is a skill not a prompt? It makes it mostly, in my experience, consistency, reusable, and gives us some speed. Okay, so here you're going to give some HTML, and then it will create the block markup. That's the patterns and stuff, and then it builds a theme.json. It can consider this as a brain of the theme. So it has the CSS and JavaScript that you need for your theme, and then you can validate it. So this is the three steps process, three hard parts. The skill, that's it. Uh, so basically, this is how it works. It's going to analyze your HTML and it's going to plan and it's going to give you the plan. Hey, I found few different templates. There should be this much different patterns, and then it's going to generate the code and you're going to verify it. If you don't like something, if you feel something can be skipped, something can be added, something can be improved, you can fix it with a loop. I think it has a hard stop at 5 maximum tries. You can still go for it and then finalize it. So then you can create, it will create a zip file. You can use that zip file on your theme. So this will be helpful for, let's say you are, could be anyone, like you are a beginner WordPress developer, or you are a seasoned expert, or someone who use, let's say, Elementor, DB, or other page builders, or you feel like I want to even, it could be even Drupal. The thing is, the underlying concept is the phase two, the planning mode. So you can plan well. It could be even Laravel or any other stuff as well. Of course, people who use Laravel might be having other workflows. So the idea is you have a HTML, or you can use maybe Figma output as well. You can just tweak the skills and then go from it. So the analyzing is the hard part. That's what AI comes in handy. And then, of course, the planning as well. And then it creates, in the old days, we used to create style.css. Instead, now we go for theme.json. And then now for this demo, I used Tailwind. Now everyone uses Tailwind. Before it was Bootstrap. Every site you go will look like Bootstrap. Now everything looks like Tailwind or Shad CNE, UI, or any other. So just a few variations we have. That's why handcrafted HTML is more valid now. More, I mean, handcrafted in the sense like you guide the AI more, not something you download or you ask AI to do it from end to end. It may look similar to other. Your site may not have the originality. So that's what I mean. Okay, so we go with the whatever the blocks that are available in your site versus HTML block. So WordPress has a HTML block. If it doesn't know what to do, the skill will just add the HTML into a HTML block. So I used to do that when I was a beginner. So I try to create either blocks, patterns, and then if I cannot do something, I just leave it as HTML. Because I am the developer, I am the client, I would say I'm the one who's going to update the stuff from the client. But now clients can use MCP, clients can just update it by themselves. So go for patterns or go for existing blocks, then use HTML very sparingly, very limited amount. Okay, then you're going to verify and fix it. What the skill automates. We can read this later. It's not, we already discussed all this stuff. I'll share this line as well. So this is the important part. What stays manual, we are not going to use anything, if you are, of course, everyone uses AI all the time. So we'll be using the loops concept, right? You have a task and the AI loops through it until it reaches the goal, but we'll not be using loops here because approval is manual, and content and media, you're going to do it manually. Of course, you can use what Deepak suggested. You can combine both approaches as well. And then environment specific. So for example, in your local site, the IDs and data might be different. So if you are switching between staging local and your live environments, you might have to be careful and just verify if things still work fine. You can sync data, of course. And then the design intent. So for example, what should be a pattern, what should not. This still in your hands. You can change it before you do all the stuff. And stuff, some admin steps, like if you want to add or delete or do some stuff, you can still do it manually. Okay. So how reliable it is so far in my experience, it's like I don't really have to wait for the validate if it's using the blocks correctly. At least the WordPress blocks, it does a good job. And content type has its own template. Like I'm just going to show you posts content type. So in WordPress, we have only posts and pages by default. Of course, in Drupal, you can create content types as many you want. In WordPress, you have to write code or use some plugins to do it. And then you can see how it created visually. So that's the main part. Okay, when not to use AI here, so of course, not just WooCommerce, any other, for example, if you are using LearnDash, what else? There are other BBPress, BuddyPress. There are a few other WordPress plugins that require some templates. So that one is not yet 100% automated. You can still try it. Of course, like Deepak has MCP for it as well. So you can use the MCP support to do it manually. And then pattern, it can generate a lot of patterns so that your users can insert the patterns. And then it just supports some third-party JS and stuff, but I would still recommend it, verifying it. The custom block development, even if it's PHP-based blocks, the skill does not do it. So you have to do the blocks first and then add them and improve it. And then custom post types, right now, it's not very good at it. The skill has to be updated. The skill was, I think, last updated 3 months ago. That's not my repository, but I still use it. It works. It does its charm. But every time I work, I still ask the AI agents to ask for my confirmation. So just to be sure, just I'm not wasting tokens too much. Yeah, so the best practices is just invest in, spend some time, have your whatever chai you like or coffee, have just sit with a Claude more or AI, any AI tools that you like. Make sure your plan is solid, and then you don't have to worry about the output. It should be nice. Okay, so these are the best practices. I don't review the diff that much because it's like I still use AI agents to review it, and I have the local PHP, CS, and other WordPress standards to review it. So how I do this actually is I have the HTML and I use the skill, but I still do it like 20-30% of the manual stuff. So I don't have to, AI will not do the everything on its own. Of course, it's like I'm not doing things 100% manually. I would say sometimes I use CLI more, like use run this command to check this stuff and use WordPress CLI. And then I also use some MCP. But I don't use the browser base. I don't use Playwright to check the stuff. I want to it to generate stuff. I wanted to generate the theme, activate the theme, but I don't want it to. You can use Playwright to take a screenshot and check it. It's kind of looks cool, but it's like I said in the beginning, you could do it in 2 minutes. Then Playwright will take some more time and data to check it. Okay, so almost let's skip from the talk and just see the output quickly. Where is it? I hope you can read it. Let me maybe increase the font size. I have to zoom in here. Zoom in. Let me. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So hope you all can see it. This is my initial prompt. I downloaded the HTML file, and I converted just only one instead of others. I mean, instead of the whole HTML. So I asked it to create it as a WordPress theme, avoid converting other pages, and create a time log, and do not waste anything that could be a plugin. For example, if it sees a newsletter subscription or something like that, it could be a WordPress plugin. We may not be that. It's not the job of a theme, so we can go ahead and update it later. So things like that. So you can be even more specific. I just kept it very simple. So it, it took some time, and it generated it, and I approved the plan, and then of course it just give me an thing what was built, what it skipped and stuff like that. I'll share the skill. You can add it to any of your agent like Codex, Cursor, Claude, anything else, Cloud code, anything you can add it. Let's see the HTML versus the output. Um, I just kept it very simple. I just downloaded this randomly from internet.
One, Lakshman,
So
one
this is
second.
yeah,
Lakshman, one second. Yeah,
yeah.
Amit, can you mute yourself, Amit? Amit, Amit, are you there?
Let me I can mute him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he muted it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Let's go. Right. So I downloaded this HTML template. So you can see it's a full working template. I could have converted this, but it has a lot of SVG and stuff. So, of course, the skill would take some time and we may have to go for multiple revisions with this. So I didn't convert this HTML homepage yet, but instead I go with the blog single page. It's just a featured image and the taxonomies, categories, or other stuff, and then related posts, author name, published date, and just a very few standard simple things. Of course, we can call it as a vanilla version. And I asked it to convert, and you can see this is the output. Of course, we don't have this. We don't want this borders and spacing. It added widgets at school, search in the categories and stuff. So I added some dummy data. So for example, you can click, you can see the output. And this is supposed to be this call to action is supposed to be full width, but it didn't. You can see here, it's full width, it's not, but the footer seems fine. And it has some micro interactions. It's not there yet. Footer seems okay, but it's not that. It needs some improvements and corrections. It is a pattern, so you can, when you edit it, you can see it has some errors in the block. It's because of this. It's because of this dart mode switcher. I should have explicitly said just skip it. We can add it later, but it added it, and because of that, the block is not rendering properly. And then you can once you are comfortable with the full site editing, you can just actually edit the patterns, edit the stuff. Like I think this is footer, so you can edit the footer. So I'm now editing the footer, stuff like that. So it's more of going to help you along the way. It should save some of your time. And the cool part is, since it's a skill, you can reverse engineer it to fit any of your needs. Let me show you the actual skill. I don't know if I can. Where you can find the skill here. I think I have to open a new window. New window. Work. I think I cloned it somewhere here. There we are. Okay, so this is the skill. It has actually some rules. When you create a patterns, it has some how to use the other WordPress APIs as well. So here you can just create any of or whatever you want to add. I would say how to zoom in. I think Control Plus, right? Let me zoom in so we all can read it. Okay. We'll need this sidebar. Okay, so something like if you want to add any more stuff, so you can add it. So if you are going with the skill route, skill-based approach, so you can create it as a skill and you can use it with any of your projects, not just for full site editing. You can create a theme, you can create a plugin this way as well. And this is just some sort of, I find it interesting and I started using this way. I created I think so far 2 themes with this approach. It's not that quite, I would say it's a balanced middle ground. It's not super easy or it's not super complex as well. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll share the slides and I'll share the skill as well. And I have also compiled a list of WordPress plus AI based tools. And I see, of course, many of you are not using WordPress, or I would say PHP-based developers. Uh, Looking forward to questions and feedback, and any improvement suggestions are welcome as well.
Yeah. So like you have shown like inline editing you have shown. So is it based on HTML pages or PHP as well?
No, the starting point is HTML. So
Oh.
yeah, so you have to provide the HTML as a output. So this is the theme, WordPress theme, but this is the input. So this is the HTML what I downloaded from internet. I got is it Pritam or someone asked about the safety, right? I just downloaded it. For example, is this might have some invalid or malicious code. I might be in trouble if I use it directly, but since we are converting it and we are working locally, and think we are good to use. So of course, whatever we download from internet, especially the free ones, might have some malicious code. We have to be a little skeptical about it.
Any other questions, people? Okay, no questions.
Yeah.
Lakshman, where can we get this link?
Yeah, so I'll share the skill. I'll share it in the chat as well, and I'll also share it in the. It is somewhere. I think I have to find it. I closed the browser window just to. I'll find it and I'll share it. I have the link. I think it's in the slide. It's in the slide. You can. Cloud does a good job with the slide, creating the slide, but it doesn't allow me to share it publicly. It's not like Google Slides or something. I'll export this as a PDF. I'll share it with you.
Yeah, do share that with me. I'll share with everyone else.
Sure,
Definitely.
I guess it's allowed. It can allow you to share by PDF if you go to share option.
Yeah.
Claude.
Yes, I actually wanted to share it like a slide or something. I didn't try the PDF version. I'll check it.
Now you are going to use AI to.
Yes, often. Yeah.
Awesome.
So Laksh, like where do you?
Any last words from you?
So I just wanted to ask one question. Where did you get inspiration of on this? Did you got inspiration from that WordPress skill? WordPress also has a skill where like there are a lot of skills like for plugin development, for abilities, for theme development or something. Did you get inspiration from them, or what's the flow of skills?
We recently had the WordPress training, official WordPress training team. We recently had a cohort. We taught people how to, from HTML, how to create a a block theme. We taught them 6 weeks. So while I was teaching, I found this could be automated with AI, because I don't, it would be a lot of struggles and might waste people's time. A few things could be at least automated. Of course, we should know how what is a block theme, how it works, but we wanted to automate a few things. Then it was timely. One of my colleague had this skill, and he open sourced it, but he didn't announce it public or something. So I kind of accidentally found this one, and I tried it, and it worked. And I reverse engineered it for Elementor for my personal use case, and then I also tried it with Drupal and other stuff. I mean, in the sense, it has a way of finding and deciding which one should be a pattern, which one should be not, or how it does something. The analyzing part, it's nice. So you can use it as a base and use it for, let's say, Laravel or any other stuff. So that's where I got the inspiration.
Got it. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.